the big models you see, they will start having children, they will start having families. Who will be the next person? So you better position yourself to be the next person in line, so that by the time you're also done, there is also another one. And that is the whole model about our talent management.
Because you felt like, all right, so if I model, there was less appreciation for the plus size women, and you felt like, all right, so there's still a gap, and you got your foot behind the scenes. So after campus, so then what?
So if you become a talent manager when you're broke, ama you don't have sufficient funds, yes, your talent will be booking jobs, but you will end up doing yourself and themselves a disservice, because you'll be taking away from them when that money that you get in the earlier stages, it's supposed to go back to the model, to the talent, and to invest back in the business.
Why is it important for you to have a protocol and an usher into your event? What problems do they solve?
In Kenya, everyone is top notch. Let's go and do our expo in that country.
All right.
Look at South Africa. Look at Nigeria. It is buzzing. So we need to put ourselves in the spaces where succession is happening, and it's happening well.
I'm a huge advocate for youth empowerment within the industry.
Yes.
And youth are so disadvantaged. It's so hard to get into an industry. You can also feel the desperation because we don't have a succession policy. Like, employers are not interested like in nurturing like the younger generation.
Being the #1 scouting program, it means we are the biggest suppliers of industry new faces right now. If you need new face models, if you need new talent, if you need the freshest and the best talent in the country right now, you can have it. And also the other thing is, I think, we are the most sustainable talent management in the country right now.
The Dancing Fox Management Limited. So as of now, what's the database of the hostesses of the pageantry that you have?
I'd like to encourage founders and CEOs. It's a good way to automate your processes and your daily operations.
That's true.
Use AI as your executive assistant, especially if you still don't have the money to have an executive assistant. Then pay for ChatGPT, get the premium version, run it, tell them I need this done.
Come in association.
Yes.
Associations really train as much as possible to lobby for such industry self-regulation. So then who caters for this uniform? So if I say a particular event, I need you to be dressed in X, Y, and Z. So who is supposed to facilitate the uniform? To
the model or to the usher who came to your job, this is what they were banking on. This is what they wanted to go and buy ugali something with when they are going home.
Interesting.
So the wage rate and the wage range is so mediocre, and I feel like it's something that we can do better.
Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Peter here, MICE ambassador for Kenya. Today we have a guest from Dancing Fox Management Limited. It's an events and talent management firm. But before we dig deeper, we have our partner on board. As we all know, the Clarion Hotel. The Clarion Hotel is hosted at the Kenya's capital. Have a look at it. And we also have another partner who is supporting our podcast. This podcast is brought to you by the Africa MICE Expo by Sarit Expo Center. So what is it about the Africa Mice Expo? Africa Mice Expo is one of the first exposition event by Sarit Expo. So we are going to bring over 1,300 delegates per day. That means an average of between 2,500 to 3,000 between 2 days that will be hosting the event. So why is it important? It's very important for us as industry players in the country, also across Africa at large. We need to converge and start this mice conversation. At the end of the day, we are trying to collaborate, to network, because we need to speak as one voice as an industry. It's important for you to exhibit, sponsor, or attend the event. Come and make the networks. Come and learn. We'll be having masterclass session. We'll be having a CEO forum. Yes, a CEO roundtable. So if you are a CEO of an events management firm or a mice supplier within Africa, you are welcome. And this is the Africa Mice Expo. Tupatane Sarit on 12th and 13th of June 2025. So here we are again with our guest. So how are you, Euphemia?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes.
Today we are joined by Euphemia Amollo, the founder and the CEO of Dancing Fox Management Limited, which is an events and talent management firm. But before I go further, I really like our guest to introduce herself much better, so that you can know who is this beautiful lady behind the Dancing Fox Management Limited. By the way, people refer to you as DF Casting.
Yes.
Most of them. DF Casting.
Yes.
So, how are you?
I'm fine.
Karibu to the hot seat.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yes. So,
yes, Euphemia.
Euphemia is a mom. Euphemia is a sister.
All right.
Euphemia is an entrepreneur, an all-round creative, creative director, talent manager, casting director, event planner, all-round. That is what I do.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, alma mater.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I went to Moi University in Eldoret.
All right.
Yes, I went to School of Engineering. I took chemical
Wow.
and process engineering. That is my undergrad. That is what I did.
Interesting.
Because in school, apparently God blessed me. Yeah, that much.
All right.
So that is what I did in school. Yeah, but other than that, it was purely out of books, but not out of passion. It's those things you do because your parent, because my dad is a science teacher. He's retired now, but he's a science teacher, national marker, national setter. So we were very science oriented in our house.
All right.
Yeah, so I did chemical engineering, yes, but after some time, of course, after graduating, I quickly realized that I don't thrive in factories, industries. I'm just not very productive in that side. Yes, I understand what's being done, but you can go to work and just sit the whole day, go back home.
Interesting.
Yes. So
actually, my assumption was maybe you did a business-related program or hospitality.
I didn't.
So what was the interest? So, and how did you get into the talent?
Into the talent management.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, when I was in school, always, as early as high school, I always gravitated towards Miss High School. I went to Loreto Limuru. So we had something called Miss Quartet.
All right.
So during Miss Quartet, I'd be so intrigued. I was actually a house captain. All right. In high school.
So which house that you can shout at you?
Samburu. Hi, Samburians. Yes. I was in Samburu. I was a house captain.
All right.
And during Miss Quartet, I used to be so intrigued. I'd be like, oh, so what happens? These beautiful girls, they dress up, all these things, yeah? But then growing up as a plus size girl, of course, you don't fit the mold. So I decided, since I don't fit the mold, let me be behind the scenes, yeah?
All right.
So that's when it grew. I became very interested in modeling myself. So I became a plus size model.
All right.
Yeah, so I started as a plus size model. But then quickly I also realized that there's a few loopholes here and there. One thing about me is that I'm very creative, but I'm also keen. I'm very attentive.
All right.
So I pick a lot of cues here and there. So figuring out as like the plus size industry is still not there yet, because I
Alright.
even worked with an agency from South Africa. It was called Cavicious Lifestyle.
All right.
But then that still wasn't driving it home as I wanted. So I left the plus size modeling
All right.
scene completely. So I focused on the other things that made me happy. And the other things that made me happy is I'm a very hands-on person.
All right.
My friends will tell you if there's an event and anything needs to be done, you will find the Euphy at the heart of it.
All right.
I'm always moving things. I'm always planning. Euphy knows who knows who knows, all those kinds of things. Yeah.
All right.
So I like making things happen. I like hosting. I like making people comfortable.
Alright.
I don't like when guests come and everyone is running around. So at the heart of it, even before it became a career, I just loved being in that environment. Yeah.
Interesting. So basically, you are something called events connoisseur, or a chief connoisseur.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So because again, it's true. Like so, I can tell you're also technical.
Yeah.
Because you are the force behind it.
Yes.
Backdoor pulling plugs.
Yes.
You know, making the hands dirty to ensure that an event is actually rolling.
Yes.
Interesting. And I'm just glad how you still stuck within your areas of interest.
Yes.
Because you felt like, all right, so if I model, there was less appreciation for the plus size women, and you felt like, all right, so there's still a gap.
Yeah.
And you got your foot behind the scenes.
Yes.
So after campus, so then what?
What next after campus? Immediately I finished school. I don't want to say when I finished school, but yes. Immediately I finished school. We used to have an event in Kampala called ASFAS. I don't know if you know about ASFAS, but ASFAS was big back then. Yeah. They had the biggest red carpet, the biggest fashion you can imagine. We had designers coming from Nigeria, designers coming from South Africa. David Lale, Maya Tafo, all these people you can think of. It was literally the biggest showcase for fashion happening in East Africa at that time. And it was happening in Kampala. So this time I'm so intrigued because the year before was so big. They had this big sponsor. I was like, you know what? I want to go to ASFAS, but I want to go to ASFAS not to attend, but to know what do they do? How do they do it? Those kinds of things, So I finished school around June. We are supposed to graduate in December. So I'm keeping tabs. Immediately it was open. I applied, but then now I'm applying as an intern, backstage manager. So I go to Kampala. It's a week long of preparations, auditions, yada yada, all these things. So I get in because these Ugandans are so impressed. They're like, oh, okay, you're different. Come. What do you want to do? How do you want to? All these kinds of things. So they give me this platform to just learn.
You went all the way to UG?
Yes, I went to Kampala. Wow. I learned. I saw how the shows are being produced.
If Kujituma was a person.
Yeah. And imagine at that time, it's not like I had the money like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to call myself broke because power of the tongue, but I didn't have the money like that. I booked a bus, easy coach, got to Kampala, freshened up, went for the auditions. Literally my journey to Kampala wasn't rosy and flights and all that. It was a bus, very long ride.
It's good because Euphemia, what's interesting, it's mostly here locally when you're looking for opportunities in Kenya. Tunajua maybe unaenda Tao, Westi, Upper Hill, ask something, but you went beyond borders. You're the one who knows EAC community, Jumuiya. And when you talk about the Africa Continental Free Trade area, you understood it better.
Yes.
All right, interesting. So you went to UG?
Yes, I went to Uganda. We did ASFAS. ASFAS was very eye-opening. I was allocated 2 designers, 3 designers, Maya Tafo from Nigeria, David Lale from South Africa, and Shiriangoi from Tanzania. Those are the ones I was managing backstage operations for. So I learned so much. I learned about the right kind of model, what needs to be done backstage, how the stage needs to look like, what needs to be done so that the stage is ready, those kinds of things. Very many moving parts when it comes to producing a fashion show, because sometimes all you see, you just come see beautiful girls walking. You don't know what it takes to actually have the beautiful girls, have the beautiful models walking the runway. So I came back home with a lot of wealth of knowledge. I was so young back then, but I had so much wealth of knowledge back then. Now here I'm beginning to blend talent management and events at this point. Yeah, now I'm beginning to learn, so I can actually do this and this together, and it would actually mash up nicely. Yeah. So I start looking for opportunities left, right, center. I look for Swahili Fashion Week, Lagos Fashion Week, all these fashion weeks. So I'm like, okay, I like the direction that this is going. I want to learn. So I get a mentor from Nigeria. So I got a mentor from Nigeria. At that time, he was working in South Africa. So he's like, okay, fine. Come, I'll take you under my wings. And that is it. So I started traveling left, right, center. So I'm in Lagos, I'm in Accra. I'm just seeing how the modeling scene looks in these countries. And I came back home. I came back home. Now I know this is exactly how I want to go. But then now I have one challenge. In this industry, especially with talent management, you have to have money. You have to have money. If you don't have money, it's a waste of time. Because when the talent gets paid, you will get tempted as a human being. You will get tempted to take all the money to yourself. And tell the talent, just wait, the client will pay. When you know very well, you got the money, but you used it because you're human, you need to eat, you need to survive. So,
but just also to add on that,
yes,
this is what people say in business, which I don't find it's good. If you want to make more profit, use a cheaper labor market. And you've brought up another philosophy that if you want things to be cheap, not even a cheap market, so get a free labor.
Yes.
Not even cheap market.
Yeah, and that is actually a very big concern. A very, very big concern for me. Because normally there's a mantra I live with. And I think the people I've worked with, maybe I'm blowing my trumpet, but the people I've worked with, if you see this, comment somewhere there. Yes. If you see this, one thing I really fight for is I need you to get paid. I need you to get paid so well so that when the money gets to me, it gets to me in the right way possible. Even our system of commissioning in our agency is in such a way that the model gets paid, then we get paid. Because how other agencies
the model
work,
is fast.
Yes, how other agents work is you pay the agency pays the model. For us, it goes the other way around. Make sure you get paid, then you remit our percentage directly to us within 24 hours. And that is to ensure and to empower the model as much as possible. And in all honesty, that strategy works because look at all our talents right now. You can tell that they are getting something from all the effort that they are putting.
That's true. So then you came back to Kenya. Then now big dream.
So I learned I need money, I need networks, I need to know people. So now money, I go into now events full time. And now events, I'm talking about conferences, rallies, weddings, all kinds of events. Now I'm a proper event manager. I'm putting in the work. I'm working 9 to 5, Sunday to Sunday, literally. I usually say COVID might have been the bad thing that happened to all of us, but it was the best thing that happened to me because that is the time I rested. I could just wake up and say, today I'm not going to work. But it was around the clock because now events for me is self-taught. This is something I'm self-taught in. I am putting in the work, I'm putting in the hours. So I try to get networks, but they get keeping in this country is insane. The gatekeeping is insane because everyone
Someone said it.
Yes, everyone is feeling like, who are you? Why should we tell you? So that you can come and be better than us. And I usually say, information is a tool. How you execute and how I execute are completely different. Hata nyama, wewe nikupatie kitunguu nyanya na nyama, hata mimi kitunguu, we won't cook the same.
That's true. That's true. And actually, just to add on that, people need to understand that information is power. And if you do not communicate, you're not able to collaborate. And one thing that sparks industry innovation and growth, it's access to industry information. Because again, Euphemia, you don't want other players to make the same mistakes that you did. So we need to build from where you left, then grow like that. But again, I always say I'm a huge advocate for youth empowerment within the industry. And youth are so disadvantaged. It's so hard to get into an industry, you can also feel the desperation.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a succession policy. Like employers are not interested like in nurturing like the younger generation. And something else, you see next month during the Africa Mice Expo,
Yes.
so we'll be having a master class dedicated for young professionals like you
Yes.
who are interested in the event space. So we'll be having a master class touching on bidding,
Yes.
events proposals, because we need to have something we call the technical knowledge transfer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because you're saying the gatekeeping, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's tough.
bad.
I think that one is being backward.
Yes.
We've grown. We're not competing right now. We are collaborating because the industry is bigger than us, isn't it?
Yeah.
The industry is bigger than us.
We have to come together.
Yeah.
Yes.
So over to you. So proceed. Challenge with gatekeeping. Nobody was assisting you to tap into the market.
Yeah. So at this point, I tell myself, you know what? I'm going to garner all the skills that I need to be the best that I can be in this industry. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my capacity to learn, to be the best, to position myself, then God will do the rest.
All right.
So that is why I took now events very seriously, event management very, very seriously. I even did a course at Vera Beauty College for event management, just to supplement.
Vera has a events management.
Yes, they do. They have a certificate.
Oh, see, Vera, see, they're the guys with the white logo, pink.
Yes, Vera
black
Beauty
stuff.
do. Yes, they do. They have a certificate. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's news.
And for example, if you did a different course like mine, it's a good plug-in to add to your credentials. If you can't do the degree like the one that you have done, or if you can't do the diploma for whatever constraints, you can just add a certificate, and it's also a good addition. It's a skill you've added yourself.
All right.
Yeah. So I did that, and I just studied markets very, 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 very much. I studied markets, West African markets, South African markets, even Tanzanian market. I was studying markets left, right, center. I was just like, what do these people do? How do the ushers there look like? How do the models, the beauty queens? I was just like, so what is so different? Why are we not like them? What is the gap here? So I did that until I figured, good, I think I have it. Now I have a gap that I want to fill. I want to go into ushering protocol, that kind of direction, but I want it to happen in such a way that it gives opportunities to models.
All right.
Because you find a lot of models. People are so interested in modeling, but then you go, you audition, you become Miss something, then that's it. You don't do anything with your Miss something. You don't do anything with the competition you went to.
Wait, allow me to inject.
Yeah.
So, what do you mean? So once you are Miss Kenya or Miss Universe, you are given the gifts.
Then that's just about it. Technically,
so nothing surpasses from there.
Technically, if the producers of your pageant didn't put any measures in place, that's it. That's the end.
Wow.
If you also don't know what you want from your modeling career, that's it. You won't do anything. You won't get anything. Most of the time, you find it just becomes like a rite of passage of sorts. It becomes a bragging right, but then that's just it. There is nothing to show from it. Yeah. If you don't become an ambassador, and sometimes it's just winner takes it all. It's only the winner who benefits. Say, for example, the pageant attracted 30 or 40 beautiful girls. So what do they do with their lives after that? And also you find that they're called for hosting jobs. And most of the time, hosting jobs I'm not taking jobs at anyone, but these hosting jobs just take us to the clubs, bars, restaurants. Yeah, that is where they take them. It's okay to promote whatever product you want to promote, but there is more to hosting. There is more to ushering than just clubs, bars, restaurants. Yeah. So I learned very quickly that corporates need these girls, brands need these girls, activations need these girls. There's like a whole world that needs these beautiful girls, because basically in ushering and protocol, what we want is ushering, we need you to be welcoming. And in welcoming, what does that mean? We need you to be warm, smile, understand this is where the guest is supposed to sit, understand that the guest apewe maji, apewe juice, something of that kind. Yeah. But protocol as well, you need to understand what is the program, what moves where at what time, where the VIPs sitting.
So that's the difference between protocol and ushering.
Yes. Now that is the difference.
Oh my gosh.
Because you just think
That's news.
you think ushers just come and stand and look good the whole day.
Alright.
Yeah. So what you're trying to get,
Interesting.
what you're trying to get here, you're trying to get a blend of, I usually say somebody who has the tenacity of
Alright.
of a waiter during an event, because as I've said before, there's the waiter in a hotel setting where it's more relaxed, it's more calm. You come in, take the order, wait. But then now in the events, it's fast-paced. We want to serve 200 people in the next 30 minutes. You know, we are moving like this. So as an usher, you need to have that tenacity. You need to have that speed. You need to understand, I can carry 2 plates and I won't pour the food. I can carry a whole tray of glasses and I won't spill it. You see, that is a skill. That is a skill on its own. So if you come looking pretty, just pretty and standing, now at the end of the day, you're not delivering what you need to do as an usher. So at the end of the day, I learned, good. Now, since I have the background in events and I'm already working with these beautiful girls, I can teach them how to do this. And when we have this kind of usher or this kind of hostess, this is an unstoppable one.
Yes.
When you take them to corporates, we are delivering. When you take them to conferences, we are delivering. When you go to weddings, we are delivering. Yeah. When you go to expos, we are delivering at the end of the day.
That's true.
Because what I usually say, the client needs return of investment. They want value.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
want to feel these 20 girls that I brought, my guests were taken care of. The program was flowing very well. There is no random guest lost wondering where the washroom is, wondering, I didn't even get a bottle of water.
Interesting.
Yes.
So just to echo whatever you are saying, why is it important for you to have a protocol and an usher into your event? What problems do they solve?
Most of the time, the problems that we have is, let me give you a case scenario, is when you have guests. Let's take a very simple setting. When you have guests at home, you want the guest to come in, feel comfortable, and understand what's going on surrounding us. The ushering bit is to take off the load of you feeling like lazima I go to the door, open the door, tell the guest to come in. When you're at home, you will tell auntie or your sister or somebody, open the gate or open the door, okay, please come in. Then the guest comes in and then you give them a drink. You ask them, okay, what should I serve you? So that is what the usher does. But then protocol is them now telling them, mom is upstairs, she's changing or she's doing something, she will come in a few minutes. So make yourself comfortable. This is the Wi-Fi password. This is where the washroom is. XYZ. So now that is protocol. Protocol is now what happens after this. Because now, translate that into events. We have 200 people coming in. These 200 people, they don't know where they're supposed to sit. Okay, fine, they know they paid for regular. Ama they know they paid for VIP. But then you need somebody to show them, VIP ni hapa, don't sit here. Ama regular is here, don't sit here, just sit here.
Just to ensure there is order.
There is order. And then now protocol is now for them. Okay, it's time to eat. Have people eaten? So yes, there are waiters to make sure that people are being served, but it's also for them to help facilitate between the MC and the waiters who's here. Because the MC will say, tables eat. Table 1, please go and serve. So the usher will go, okay, sawa, nini ni table 1. Please, here is the serving point. The waiters will serve. Do you need me to carry your plates? Do you need me to carry your glasses? And things like that. Or, saizi ni time ya kupeana gifts. Take the envelopes, give. Or, this is booth number 1, this is booth number 2. Booth number 1 does this. We are having a breakout session. The usher will come and tell you, so breakout session, tunaenda hapa, usiende hapa, those kinds of things. Now they are the bridge between MCs and whoever else that you have in your event. But for them, it's also to ensure that it's as seamless as possible so that your guests don't look lost. And for you to understand how important that is, most times you ignore that part, you're like, and that is not hard. Then now you start running. You're up and down. Oh my God, the guests have not sat. The guests have not done this. Iyo kuhema. We take the load off of you so that your job is to just MC akisema, let us go for a breakout session. 1 or 2 breakout session being so smooth and seamless, people being guided, people being comfortable, without you having to run around and say, why does everyone look so scattered? Why does everyone look like they don't know where they're going? That is the whole point.
All right, interesting. I think actually you've briefed you've breathed life into the protocol and ushering space, because by the way, mimi from where I come from nasemanga tu ushering is just bringing people we kuja simama pale, but I think they play a very huge role. So then how you've come back to Kenya, how did DF casting come to fruition?
Actually, if you followed my story up to now, I looked like I was leaning more towards events than the talent management. So event was the star child, I'd like to say, because I usually say I have 2 children here. So event management was the star of the show. This was biggest income bringer, biggest career moment for me at that time. That is the one thing I always knew. This is the front runner. Talent management will come as a vertical. It will just be part of what we do in event management.
All right.
So after some time, I realized that I need to look for these people myself, because what I'm having in the industry right now is just not working for me. Remember, I want talent of a certain kind to join our ushering team. And this talent is a hybrid of waiters and beauty queens in simplest of terms. So I learned that this is not going to work the way I thought. I need to audition these people, vet them. If they don't know, teach them, show them the way.
That's true.
So now I start doing auditions. Now, initially, I'm sorry about that. Initially, I used to handpick. Just used to handpick. Like, I like this one. Then quickly, I figure out that handpicking is limiting me. Handpicking is limiting me, so I need to open my doors more. So in my handpicking stage, I happen to run into very beautiful girls that I figure, I just don't want these ones to be ushers. These ones have a bigger purpose. These ones look like if we just put our brains together, if we package them well, we would succeed in more things than just ushering. So this is where I get Miss Global Kenya. Yes, I get a Miss Global Kenya, and then I get a World Miss University. So once I get these 2, I'm like, oh, this is different. So I put them separately. So after some time now, I figure out, it's like I'm really good at this talent management thing, because now they're scaling heights. So I just go with the flow. I just go with the flow, and boom, I'm doing auditions. Boom, I'm managing these girls. Because now, the more they grow, the more I learn. With all the knowledge I have, all the expertise I have.
So, and by then, which year is this? Are we talking about? This was in
2022.
So that was before COVID or during COVID?
After COVID. Yes.
All right.
Yes, after COVID. Because I think COVID hit us most in 2020. Yes, so
I'm even getting old. So when did COVID hit?
2020.
Oh, 2020?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, right. So 2021 was the learning. Then 2022 now we went all the way in. Yes. All right. 2022 went all the way in. So it's just been growth after growth. Yeah, we've gotten a few beauty queens under our wings. We have ushers, hostesses, a bunch of waiters, a bunch of waitresses, a bunch of chefs.
The Dancing Fox Management Limited. So as of now, what's the database of the hostesses of the pageantry that you have?
Okay, I'll talk about in terms of servicing the sizes of events. What we can comfortably do. Yes, we can do from 0 to 10,000.
Wow.
Yes.
0 to 10,000.
Yes, very comfortably.
Interesting.
Yes.
So do you know that number is enough to put an MP on parliament in a particular constituency?
Important numbers.
All right. Maybe you also told me you did something on the parliamentary.
Yes, the Parliamentary Service Commission.
Yeah.
Because normally you find that if anything happens to a member of parliament, the events are usually facilitated by the Parliamentary Service Commission.
All right.
Yes. So it unfortunately it's been a series of burials. Yes, high-profile burials. So that is where the Parliamentary Service Commission comes in. Yes, and also sometimes when they just have these meetings, sometimes and things like that. Yes, that is our interaction with the Parliamentary Service Commission.
All right, interesting.
Yes.
So, so far, how is it been running a talent management company in Kenya so far? How is the industry?
In all honesty, it's very hectic. And very hectic mostly because we don't have structure. We don't have structure. We don't have anything in place to say this is what should be done, this is what shouldn't be done, this is how conflicts should be resolved, these kinds of things. No, we don't have that. So basically right now, for a very long time, even currently in this country, if you talk to people about modeling, they don't think about modeling in terms of a high value job. And that is a very big problem. It's a very big problem. It runs from models to hostesses, ushers.
Interesting.
As I've said before, is models and ushers, they do jobs like just any other job.
All right.
When you go to hospital and the doctor says they want to be paid 50,000, you will pay the doctor 50,000.
That's true.
But we have a case where, especially, let's talk about ushers, then we'll talk about models. We have made it a norm to pay ushers and hostesses mediocre rates.
1,000, 1,500.
Yes, 1,000, 1,500. That is very normal. And let me tell you something. The moment you contest that price, now you're the one who's being blacklisted. Because tell me, this usher needs to ferry themselves from where they are to where you are. They need transport.
Yes.
Sawa, you will say atapanda matatu, or they will take whatever they are taking. But fine, let them take the matatu. The matatu right now, say they use 150 to get to your event location, they use 150 to go back. They will need to eat. Most of the time, for a reason I don't understand, they are never included in lunch. They will eat lunch, but they weren't part of the plan. They will eat lunch because they know people at the event. So lunch is also another thing. The other thing is uniform. Because sometimes you will say, I want them dressed in red. Where do you think the red is coming from? Because you're just not going to pick the red from the wardrobe. You're going to need them in red that is the same. So where is this uniform going to come from? And at the end of it all, we are still a talent management, so we need to get our percentage out of it. And our percentage, this 1,500, what is it going to pay, or who is it going to pay?
Even for the 1,500, it's not inclusive of the agency cost?
No.
Wow.
And that is why you find the quacks, the quack agencies, taking the 1,500 is already little, so they take the 500, so the model still goes with that 1,000 bob. And still, even that 1,000 bob, we're still going to have issues of 6 months delay, 8 months delay.
Oh my gosh.
And it's a simple 1,000 bob. It's a simple 1,000 bob. To you, you'll be like, pesa kidogo, nini. To the model or to the usher who came to your job, this is what they were banking on. This is what they wanted to go and buy ugali something with when they are going home.
Interesting.
So the wage rate and the wage range is so mediocre, and I feel like it's something that we can do better.
But I think also this is the role also for the agencies outside here. Just need to set like a proper standard and benchmark. And let's say you guys come in the association. Associations are really trained as much as possible to lobby for such industry self-regulation. So then who caters for this uniform? So if I say I have a particular event, I need you to be dressed in X, Y, and Z. So who is supposed to facilitate
the uniforms? This is supposed to come from the agency, and if you don't have it, then now this load goes to the model. Yes. Because now you're going to be told, we need you to wear this particular dress. It is color red. You go to town, you buy the dress, it is 3,000. You go buy the dress, it's 2,500. 2,500 you've invested, and then you're going to get your 1,000 8 months down the line. That is almost like being paid 250 every month when you've invested 2,500.
That 1,500, 1,000 doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I feel like we should up the wage. If chefs are being paid 7,000, it's very possible for us to add the wage kidogo for the ushers and the hostesses in this industry. And also the other thing is also the girls are also involved in these spaces. So long as umesikia people are going to quiver and you just want to look good in the pictures from quiver, your feet are taking you so fast because you want to take pictures to seem like, oh my God, you're thriving so much in the hosting industry when you're not thriving.
That's true.
That is also another problem because you will find the ones who actually fight for you guys to get a better pay. People will go around and tell you, you know, the agency is asking for a lot of money. You just come, we will pay you 2,000. Then you never get paid the 2,000 because you are not allowing the agency to put your best interest forward. Yeah, and also the other thing. Yeah, that is also the other thing that we have with models as well. You find a brand, especially right now, we have a lot of many phases of digital marketing. Yeah, you're gonna have pictures, you're gonna have reels, you're gonna have TikToks, you're gonna have YouTube, you're gonna have paid ads, those kinds of things. Yeah, you'll find somebody wants to take, they will tell you, come, it's just a photo shoot, you'll just take photos, 10 photos, we'll pay you for the 10 photos. Then you go to their social media, they have reels, they have TikToks, and it's just not one reel, not one TikTok, several. From one shoot alone, this person came up with 10 reels, and it was just one photo shoot. Because what do you need to do with reels? You just need to record. Oh, I like this part, I like this part. Then tomorrow you're posting for us reels. Kidogo paid reels. You find this is sponsored. You run into it everywhere. Sponsored. And then how much they pay you? 10,000. Businesses fail to understand that at the end of the day, the model is a tool to your business. The model is helping you market your business. Marketing has a budget. It's not just a slice of loaf, it's the whole bread. You have a budget for marketing. So why are you not paying the model the right amount? And then at the end of it all, you hear people saying, nobody becomes rich being a model, especially in Kenya. You can't become rich. Why? Because you are taking away the framework that enables them to become rich at the end of the day.
All right.
Yeah, and that is why we come in as the agency. We teach girls, you're already beautiful, you already know how to be a model, you already know how to dress, you're pretty, you can smile very well. But ours is for you to monetize a skill, is for you to get the most out of your skill. So we put frameworks in place, we put contracts in place, we reach out to the client, we negotiate on your behalf, and we follow up. Yes, we also follow up because sometimes, yes, you can have contracts and all these things, and then boom, there is content. So it is our job to reach out and, hey, excuse me, so where's this content coming from? You didn't pay for this content because what we agreed on is one reel, and you already have one reel. So what is this other reel? So you need to pay for this other reel or take it down.
All right. So in layman languages, wasijifanya wajanja kwenda directly. And I think also the same thing with the sports industry.
Yes.
So even for you to go to Olympics, it's not a walk in the park. So you need to have a manager, an agency that handles your stuff. Then the government is an enabler. So yeah, I think also it's a call also for upcoming hosts and the hostesses to actually consider the agency route. And just need to get agencies that have their own, that champion for their interest, and agency that works for you. Yeah. So I've seen recently you have a new investment in the training of the hostessing and the protocol space. How is it going?
Is this our academy?
Yes.
Our academy is our platform to train our hostesses and our models the way we want them to be, because sometimes you find potential, but they just need some polishing, some smoothing, some sandpaper here and there. So our academy is basically us investing in the kind of talent that we put out there, because you just don't talk about it, you be about it. There's some girls that we train for free, but there are also those people who pay, because the ones that we train for free are the ones we have scouted. Say, for example, we have scouted you and we're like, oh, we like this girl, but we'll need to polish you here and there. We'll need to teach you how to talk to people, XYZ. We will train you for free. But then now, if, for example, you're just out there and you feel like, oh my God, I love what DF is doing, we'll send you to the academy. You pay a certain amount depending on the ranges that you want. We have 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 15 weeks, whatever you want.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So how is the response? How is the uptake for the academy? How is the market response?
The uptake is very good.
Yeah.
The uptake is very good, and that is because there's such a big gap. As I've told you, not many people take modeling seriously. We have a problem with clients. We have a problem with agencies. Yeah. The problem with agencies is taking advantage of those people who don't know.
All right.
So I feel like when they come to our place, they find that, oh, these people are actually about what they talk about. Yeah. We just don't yap, and not do anything about it.
All right.
Or we don't tell you, Aya, now pay 10,000. After you paid that 10,000, you're not seeing us. You will find us. We are here to stay. You come, you learn. At the end of it all, actually, in the next few months, you'll start seeing testimonials because we just started this academy in December. Yes, we started it in December. A few are going to graduate. It's a private thing.
Yeah.
A few are going to graduate on the 31st.
So that is on which month? 31st of
31st of this month.
All right.
Yes,
all right.
they're gonna graduate, and then I'm gonna be putting them out there, etc. So you can see the kind of people who have already been trained in our academy and how do they look like, how do they perform in the spaces out there.
All right.
Yes.
Interesting. That's very that's interesting.
Thank you.
So for the when you are doing the scouting or looking for the pigeons, what exactly do you look at?
The biggest of all is personality. The biggest of all is personality and a teachable spirit. Of course, you have to look good, but looking good is like a standard. Everyone who comes looks good. Yeah. So long as you want to be a model, you look good. Okay. We don't say our girls have to be tall, slim, light skin, long hair. No.
Oh, wow.
Even if you look at our girls right now, they don't look alike apart from the last two. But that was all by coincidence.
All right.
Everyone is different. They have a different aesthetic. But the one thing that you will notice with a DF girl is the teachability, the professionalism, and how they carry out themselves. That one is undebatable. Undebatable. You have to have a teachable spirit because you don't know everything. As much as you know you're beautiful, you still don't know other things. We are still gonna teach you some things. You have to be open to learning. Yeah. And also the other part is attitude. You could be the best person in the room, but if your attitude is bad, you won't go far. You won't go far because the next person you talk to will be like, no. The next one, no. By the third no, nobody wants to work with you. Yeah. So
that's true.
Those are the kinds of things that we do. And also we like girls who can speak and stand up for themselves because you're interacting with people left, right, and center. Yeah, you're interacting with people. You need to be able to speak. You need to be able to communicate.
Yeah. So recently I've been seeing you guys had was it a campus tour?
Yes.
There was an activation that was taking place with Africans?
Yes, with Africans.
Yeah.
So how our scouting model looks like, our interest is in upcoming talent. And upcoming talent, we figured out that almost all our queens or almost all our talents, we got them either almost finished with the university or in university. So we learned that, tertiary institutions are our biggest feeder of talent. So that's why we decided to go to universities to do our scouting tour this year.
All right.
Yeah, so AfriSense being a very new product in the market, not extremely new, but very new. They are probably a year old in the industry. Yeah, so we partnered with them, and that is because our values really mesh with each other. Whatever the target market they're trying to get into and the target market we are also tapping into and the kind of impact we are trying to leave in the market resonates with each other. So we were supposed to go to 12 universities, but looking at the time constraints, because we also wanted to get done just before the pageant season begins. So we had to cut it down. We did a major one in the University of Nairobi. We just concluded it here. So we have
in main campus?
Yes, main campus.
All right.
Yes. We did the event in Chandaria.
The Chandaria Hall.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so now we have an ambassador for AfriSense and we have 4 smaller ambassadors. The runners-up are also going to do something with AfriSense. You'll see it when the time comes.
Nice.
So this is also in line with us trying to provide jobs as much as possible. We don't want our girls to come on board and hakuna kazi, mmekaa tu, mnaangaliana tu. So we don't want to take up your time and we are not also investing in you. So that is exactly what we're doing.
Interesting. And I've been seeing you've been having actually huge accounts, high profile events. So give us the secret. So actually, you've been very huge when it comes to high level events.
Yes.
And recently, I've been seeing you also providing hostesing services in experiential.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's the big move?
Not not really with big move. No, not yet. For now, no big move. But all that we do is provide value for our clients and just leave impact everywhere that we go. That is all. We do not like engaging in anything that does not provide value for our clients.
Yeah.
Yes, anything that we do, we must leave a good taste in our clients' mouth, and I think that is all that keeps them coming.
All right.
Yes.
So how has your childhood shaped Euphemia? What exactly she's doing into the talent management space?
My childhood, that is an interesting one. I'd say I'm an overachiever. I'm an overachiever, and my childhood entailed being around teachers.
Interesting.
My mom is a teacher, my dad is a teacher. I think when we spoke earlier, I had mentioned my father was in STEM because it's now a retired teacher. He was in the STEM, that is science, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. So you had to succeed one way or another. You had to succeed. I'm telling you, the Vibokos used to work very much in that house.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, my elder sibling, my elder brother and myself, we went through it.
All right.
And I feel like that it built my tenacity. It's very interesting. My people, if you see this comment again, my people will tell you, if we go to work, we don't leave until it's done.
Right.
We don't leave until it's done. And we are so used to, even if it takes overnight, you know how events go.
Yeah.
It's the same tenacity I bring from events. I take it to talent management to events. It is the same thing. I think it has built my grit. It has built my tenacity. And just how I interact with people. And also the other thing is, I usually say, the first time you meet me, I look strict. But after some time, you learn that not so strict. And also, I think it also comes from how my childhood was. I like making people feel comfortable around me. So the more you hang around me, the more you learn, okay, not so bad. So long as you're doing what you need to do, it's not so bad, yeah. But generally, I think my childhood has shaped my tenacity, my grit, and also my guts. Because I feel like, apart from God's grace, also a little audacity. The audacity to dream, the audacity to think, because thinking about what I have built for myself as an entrepreneur right now, it's all from the mind, because all these things are non-existent if I didn't think about it. It's all from the mind. So basically that's how my
you dare to dream.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good, because actually even I could tell your tenacity and your aggression of getting out of in fact, you understood Africa Continental Free Trade era even before it was implemented. Because actually getting out of Kenya all the way to UG, so looking for opportunity, then actually that's quite a big stuff. Association.
Yes.
So I remember of any mice related association in Kenya.
No, not yet. Actually, I think my biggest problem is, I told you about gatekeeping. So once I learned about gatekeeping, I just learned that networking in Kenya wasn't gonna work the way I thought it would work for me. Because in networking, it's you coming together in a network of people, learning from this person. You can learn what is this called? Vertically, horizontally. You can learn amongst your peers, and you can learn from the people who are above you and things like that. But then now, it forced me to go back to the drawing board, make something for myself, grow something for myself, then now go out and start looking for people who are like-minded and start networking with them. So I haven't found yet, or maybe I don't know yet. So if there is, I am very willing.
I'll take you through some of the associations that maybe you can explore and see what exactly fits your need. So so when it comes to the industry issues that you want us to solve, that association can solve. So remember, you mentioned something like you highlighted something on costing, decorum on the industry, how it's supposed to. So what are the things that you think, as an industry, we need to self-regulate ourselves? Like, we do not need to wait for the government to come and panga siget
Tujifanyia.
yes, with the private sector we come together.
Okay.
I
think the wage rate and the wage range is definitely top of the list.
All right.
Wage range, very, 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 very important. That is so urgent, like yesterday kind of urgent. Yeah. The other thing is dispute resolution.
All
I think
right.
we have courts of course, but kuna those small disputes we have in here and there. Oh, they didn't pay me. Oh, they were mistreating me. Oh, sexual harassment. Those kinds of things. We need to have a system that regulates the kind of disputes that we have, especially in the ushering, the protocol, things like that. And also we need to have a work ethic, a work code, or something of that kind. Ushers shouldn't do this XYZ from this time to that time. You shouldn't subject them to this and that, you should provide this and that.
Interesting.
Yeah, because sometimes we are now left in a limbo. Who's supposed to do this? Who's supposed to guide here? Yeah, where does the job description start or end? Those kinds of things. Yeah, those should be standardized. You see, the way you can say 9 to 5 means 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You check in at 9,
leave at 5.
Leave at 5. It's a very simple thing, but it helps a lot, so that we know hostesses, they work in XYZ and their working hours start from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Before 8 a.m., that is overtime. After 6 p.m., that is overtime. Normal rates are paid like this, overtime is paid like this. Because understand that ushers and hostesses are normally between 20, even 19. Between 20 and 25. Those are very young girls.
Yes,
those are very young girls. Of course, we have older. Can have someone 27, even 30-year-olds can also be hostesses, but majority are very young. They need a lot of guidance, they need a lot of protection. So we need to put measures in place that does not exploit them, but empower them in the long run.
All right.
Yes.
Interesting. Actually, there are so many issues, and this is the thing we are saying that I've been asking my guest. Does standardization for cost, is it something that can work?
Standardization for cost is something that can work, because we need minimum wage. We don't need a cap. We just need minimum wage.
Right.
Because minimum wage will protect a lot of things. Say, for example, don't pay ushers below 2,000 per 4 hours, per half a day.
That makes sense.
That would make sense, because sometimes, what if I get a good job and I want to pay my ushers 10,000? So you will say don't pay ushers above 5,000. No, but below will make sense, because below is where the exploitation comes from.
Interesting.
Yes.
Legally, Kenya, the minimum wage is around 13,500. So which means I'm looking at that, I'm emphasizing that it's good for the industry to regulate.
Yes.
So legally, even if we go to court, the minimum wage is say 13,500.
Yes.
And if you're supposed to split it per day,
it's
around between 200 shillings to 350 shillings.
Yes.
But again, the industry knows that the government is very slow in implementing such issues.
Yes.
The industry has moved from 350 to now 500 to 600, and some other industries have evolved to all the way to 1,000. So, and here in your request that now we need to pay hostesses at least minimum 2,000 upwards.
Yes.
So it's something we need to strengthen associations and speak as one voice.
Yes. Yes.
So look, who are these key players in the hostessing space? So then how do we align ourselves and set the price?
Yes, it will be very important.
So I think that's something we can actually explore. Because if you look at it in terms of a national level, because it's unfortunate that the MICE industry do not have a very strong union for employees. You see like the way the lawyers have LSK, the doctors, they have the association that the union that champions
even
for
dentists.
And it's called KMPDU, something like that. Mbona wanaenda strike kila siku. They're championing for the employees and their staff to ensure that they've really gotten the best from the so just to second you, so if the industry looks at it at that perspective, that will be a good plus for us.
We need it.
We do. So I think it's something we also need to figure and add exactly into it. So for DF casting, what does growth looks like to you?
What does growth look like for us? I wouldn't point out and say that growth is specifically linear, that it is sort of a destination. It's more about the journey for us. Yeah, we want to be able to provide as much impact as possible. I'd quantify for you. We have a vision of training about 1,000 models by the end of 2 years. That is our short-term goal. In the next 5 years, we want to have done about 10,000 models, 10,000 models, and that is put them either in the commercial space, in the hosting space, in the print space, that kind of space, because of course not all the 10,000 are going to translate and have them in billboards, but at least we will have empowered and taught them a few tools and given them things to go out in the industry for. And also in terms of events, we want to move into experiential big time. Yes, experiential big time. So that is something that you will see more, because we believe pageants are just not platforms to look at beautiful girls. Pageants are very strong tools of experiential marketing. We have a lot more to offer, and you're going to take that space running. Yes.
So what's your motivation on the experiential space?
My motivation is just the same thing. It comes from people treating pageants like any other random event. Because you find we have so many people who come on board to work with us, so many people who are like, oh yeah, those are beautiful girls, you're going to be all over the country talking about beauty and all that. So I feel like it all comes down to impact and giving value to clients and brands at the end of the day. Because one way or another, the brands are still in return our clients when we want to give the models jobs. So you find this is a circle.
Yeah, that's true.
You have a full circle moment. You give us value, we give you value, we give each other value at the end of it all. Yes.
We were with Jane Megwe some few weeks ago.
Yes.
And I was asking her how tough it is for the new entrant into the market for the experiential marketing. I'm glad you've taken up the challenge.
Yes, it is not easy. Goodness, it is crazy. It is crazy. You have to rack up your brains, because nothing is new under the sun, but still we want fresh and new ideas every single time. Because at the end of the day, experiential, you have to give the experience and give it in the freshest way possible.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very competitive market.
Very.
And again, as I was telling Jane, is that we only have 4 players in the country that are doing, experiential market thoroughly.
Yes.
Yeah, so a new entrance, I don't know when they come, what happens, but I'm glad you're taking up so well.
And also that is the one thing I usually say. Imagine the person who's doing events for the Kenyatta family back then. It's a while back, That person right now, we don't know, but probably they're not alive anymore. Probably the events they used to do, the structure is not the same anymore. Things have changed. Technology has come. Perspectives have changed. We want different creative things. We've integrated various moving parts into this bit. Now, if we didn't have people who were also interested in what they were doing, we wouldn't have more event companies or event managers or event planners doing the same job that they were doing. This tells us, as much as entry is a problem, we need to be prepared for that entry. We need to position ourselves in such a way that when the entry is happening, you have what it takes, so that even the people who are per se getting tired or getting overwhelmed or getting overbooked, they would easily refer you, because this is a case of preparation meeting opportunity.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, it's not a matter of you're just sitting, it's so difficult, it won't happen, then it won't happen. So you have to put yourself out there. It's even the same thing I usually tell our models. All the big models you're seeing, they will start having children, they will start having families. Who will be the next person? So you better position yourself to be the next person in line. So that by the time you're also done, there is also another one. And that is the whole model about our talent management. We position the next generation of icons, the next generation of superstars, and even how we do our events. We want to be the next generation of the people who do the biggest and the best, the most creative, the freshest ideas in this country, because it's essential at the end of the day. We need to have continuity, we need to have succession. It is a very crucial point in event spaces.
All right, interesting.
Yes.
And you brought something very critical, succession policy.
Yes.
And something mentorship.
Yes.
Because you need the people who've been there before us.
Yes.
They need to mentor the younger generation. But at times I don't know why they feel like it's a threat, like they're going to overpower watu kwa soko.
Imagine, let me tell you something. The market is so big that if it was meant for you, it will always be yours. If, for example, if God only made you to have 1,000 in the ratio of 10,000, there is nothing under the sun that will change that.
Yeah, that's true.
If God had planned for you to have 10,000 in the ratio of 100, abundance will be your portion, whether you want it or not.
That's true.
The good thing, Ama, the best part of this all is empowering the people around you creates a better environment for growth. It means now people are going to look at Kenya and they'll be like, the best event planners are in Kenya. Let's go to Kenya. Because if you're the only one who's good and everyone is mediocre, the clients are not going to come. Because now they're like, now you are overbooked and we want somebody else.
Yeah, that's true.
We want Yes, we want the clients to come to this country.
That's a good perspective.
Yes, we want the clients to come to this country because they're like, hey, in Kenya, hey, everyone is top notch. Let's go and do our expo in that country.
All right.
Look at South Africa. Look at Nigeria. It is buzzing. It is buzzing. So we need to put ourselves in the spaces where succession is happening, and it's happening well. And also the other thing is, but we are not God. What if you die? God forbid.
Yeah.
What if you die? Your legacy just goes because you didn't empower the next person.
Right.
Ama, you didn't teach the next person. This is what's supposed to be done. And also the other thing I think I had mentioned is how we process information is so different. How we process information is so different. Whether I'm cooking, whether we are given here nyama, kitungu, whatever it is to make a stew, how you make your stew, how I make my stew is very different. They will taste so different. Yeah, they will taste so different. The plating will be different.
And the ingredients are still the same.
Yeah. You're still cooking on the gas, I'm still cooking on the gas. Sufuria. Same. But the stew will not taste the same. Right. Because our execution is so different. All you need to do is just give information, teach people, show people the way. And also, just because you suffered doesn't warrant that everyone else must suffer.
All right.
Yes, give people the stepping stones and washike mkono.
All right.
It doesn't hurt.
That's good. So I see you're a huge believer of democratizing industry information.
Absolutely.
Mesema hakuna gatekeeping. You're a no gatekeeper.
Mimi, I give information like there's no tomorrow. Whatever you want, come. I will hold your hand. I will show you. This is what you need to do. Use the rope here. Nini.
Yeah, that's true.
Help someone. Not at because you don't know what tomorrow brings, but help someone because that is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So as of today, what are some of the key achievements that DF Casting has been able to achieve so far?
Achievements. Oh boy, I don't think I've ever sat down and start thinking about this is can we go about in terms of milestones, Ama?
Yeah, it's still milestone.
Yeah.
You see when you were in high school,
yes,
you're saying count your blessings.
So I think
this one's now.
I think the biggest one, we pride ourselves in having the #1 scouting program in the country right now.
All right.
And being the #1 scouting program, it means we are the biggest suppliers of industry new faces right now. If you need new face models, if you need new talent, if you need the freshest and the best talent in the country right now, you can have it. And also the other thing is, I think, we are the most sustainable talent management in the country right now. And in terms of sustainability is how much do our talents grow with us? What is the longevity of their talent afterwards? Because sometimes, yes, you have good talent, then 6 months down the line we don't see them. What happens to that is even 3 years down the line, you will still go look for a talent. You'll be like, oh, they're still performing and things like that. Yeah. So I think our biggest achievement is in the quality of model that we put out there in the industry.
Yes, I can tell. Yeah, I can tell the quality of models you guys get. AI. So, have you guys got up with AI?
Yes, absolutely.
So, how are you utilizing AI in your day-to-day?
Actually, right now, what we're trying to do is that we're trying to take AI to high schoolers. Yes, we're trying to take AI to high schoolers. Oh, that is breaking news. That is new. I have said it here for the first time. Yes, we're taking AI to high schoolers. We have a program called Future Icons, and that is incorporating AI in the digital creation space, so that the younger generation, of course, understand AI a little bit more, because it's something that is just happening to them naturally. They're just like, oh, there's ChatGPT, there's Gemini, there is this, there is that. I feel like by the time they catch up to the time they're 25, they will have like a whole lot of AI happening in their lives. So we are taking it to high school to also help them understand what kinds of careers are there in the digital space when it comes to AI. Is it videography? Is it copywriting? Is it content creation? Whatever it is. Yes.
So that's also just a way of still part of talent management?
Yes, it is. Because from there now, what we want is to grow the best kind of creators that we're getting, because we're going to the creators direction when it comes to models. A lot of UGC is happening. A lot of UGC is happening. A lot of content writers, because there are people who come up with scripts for content right now. Because sometimes, yes, you're a content creator, but you're out of ideas completely. You don't even know what to do. You just know you're a good content creator. So content writers, people come with scripts. They tell you, so this is what you're gonna do, this is how you're going to stage it, so yours is to execute. Yes. So that is also part of talent management.
So, and on your day-to-day, how do you use AI?
In running my business, brainstorming, coming up with ideas, coming up with structures, just consulting back and forth, which is also a good thing, because sometimes you just need somebody to run your idea through. You just need, oh my God, I thought about this. What do you think? When you run to ChatGPT or Gemini, yes, it gives you and amplifies more of what you have. And I'd like to encourage founders and CEOs. It's a good way to automate your processes and your daily operations.
That's true.
Use AI as your executive assistant, especially if you still don't have the money to have an executive assistant. Then pay for ChatGPT. Get the premium version. Run it. Tell them, I need this done. Schedule this for me. etc. ChatGPT can even generate for you a website. Then you go to the coder and tell the coder, now do this part. Now finish for me this part. ChatGPT can help you come up with proposals. It can help you come up with budgets. It can help you come up with production lists. Those kinds of these small errands. Even if you're not good in writing captions for yourself, go generate captions from ChatGPT, because this is what AI is meant for. So I think also people should stop demonizing not ChatGPT essentially, but AI generally, because most people tend to demonize AI, especially millennials to boomers. We are having a very big problem, because this is where the majority of the founders are. The founders and the CEOs are. We're feeling like, I don't think I wrote that by myself, so it is not authentic. You gave the idea to ChatGPT. ChatGPT just gave you back what you gave it.
That's true. There's a principle in computer science. You say garbage in, garbage out.
Absolutely. So embrace AI. It is the next big thing, because you'll wake up. You see the way Instagram and TikTok just showed up one day, then boom, people are not on Facebook. Now ChatGPT, Gemini, I don't know who, all those people. And
let me just ask a crazy question. Again, I'm not being biased. What don't know Facebook?
Oh, they are. They are.
It's been a while though.
Go ask this.
But I think it's different demographics.
Politicians, people who are selling. See, there's Facebook shop as well. There's Instagram shop.
So for Instagram, I've seen the Instagram shop. No, it's been. I can't even tell the last time I logged into Facebook.
There's people on Facebook.
So as we close to the end of our program, so what would you tell a younger self who wants to venture into the talent management space?
Have money.
Oh, it's not expensive.
Number one, have money. Yes, have money, because this is a very funny analogy, but you know how they usually tell you before you go to the supermarket, usiende kama unasikia njaa. Don't go when you're hungry. You will buy everything on the shelves just because you're hungry. So if you become a talent manager when you're broke, ama you don't have sufficient funds, yes, your talent will be booking jobs, but you will end up doing yourself and themselves a disservice, because you'll be taking away from them, when that money that you get in the earlier stages, it's supposed to go back to the model, to the talent, and to invest back in the business. Of course, you'll pay yourself, but it's not sufficient, because your cut is usually between 25 and 30%. That is your cut. It's still not sufficient. You need to invest, because sometimes until the day your model is getting 6 figures, then now your 30% and 25% will be making sense to you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And also the other thing is be patient. Be patient, because talent management is not magic. Talent management is like raising a child. It is not magic. You have to be so patient, and also understand why you're doing it. What unafanya nini? Why are you doing this? For what reason? What vision do you have for this talent at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Because there are people who will come with business. They will tell you, usko na warembo kama 50. Just give us 2 of those girls. Yes. You don't even know what those 2 girls are going to do, but they will bring money to your table and tell you, we are giving you 200,000. Just give us 2 girls. You don't know what kind of job these girls are going to do.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, you will be on the headlines about a sex trafficking ring that you didn't even know about.
Oh my gosh.
Or all of a sudden, there are people who are giving stories and accounts on social media how they went and did some ridiculous things and you didn't know about, because you are so focused on the money. Yeah. So have money, be patient. And do the right thing.
Right?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So we normally ask our guest.
Yes.
So do you think the Kenyan mice industry is headed in the right direction?
It is. It's headed in the right direction.
How so?
Look at the quality of events that we are having.
Right.
Look at the awareness that our people are having. Yeah. Right. This is a smaller comparison, but look at how many people are having conferences, how many people are having expos and those kinds of things. They have steadily increased over the years. Look at people who are having concerts. Every other weekend there's a concert. Every other weekend there is something going on. And because there is a need for it. However, there is a question mark somewhere. And I think one of your guests here has spoken about it. It's called Chris Kira.
Yeah.
Us in the mice industries, we need to put frameworks. We need to put up spaces to contain the kind of events that we are trying to attract. We are losing events to Rwanda. We are losing events to South Africa. Yes. We have enough tents in this country. We have enough malls in this country. Somebody just builds something for...
Oh my God.
Yeah, somebody just builds an event space. That is well equipped. We have the stages, we have the lighting, we have... When you come in there, we just know it is a one-stop shop and we can just hold our concert there very comfortably.
All right.
Because all the events that are going to Rwanda, things that we can do for ourselves.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. I think it's also a wake-up call for the government to push the Can Invest.
Yes.
To look for investors, potential mice investors in Kenya. But yes, we are making huge, significant strides.
Yeah.
We can see the Bomas International Convention Complex is...
it's underway.
Yeah, so hopefully we look forward to see what's coming up with that. And again, we also need to look what the future holds for KICC.
Yes, KICC especially.
Yeah, because there's a trend I've come to learn is that there is always that buzz gravitating towards something new. So all the roads will be leading to... Is it Langata Road or Ngong Road? Langata Road.
Yes.
Yeah, so all the roads will be leading to Langata Road.
Yes.
And I also expect more infrastructure and hotels coming up
Yeah.
and the increase of land rates,
Absolutely.
new developments
Yeah.
from that
area
side.
so far.
Yeah. So, what's your part in short? So, what's your take for the industry? What are you going to tell them?
My parting shot is let's be better and let's do better.
All right. So, where do I see you in the next 5 years? Apart from going to the
Wow.
US?
Very present in the industry. I intend on positioning myself very presently in the industry. Probably have joined a few associations and they're championing for change, leading the change makers.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
So, will you be coming for the Africa My Expo?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic.
I'm looking forward to
so, what are your expectations?
A lot of learning. I love learning. A lot of learning because for me, learning never stops. And learning is a tool. Yeah, so
fantastic.
Lots of learning.
So we have 2 programs dedicated to learn.
Okay.
So one, we have a master class.
Okay.
For bidding, proposal writing. That's a good target market for you.
Yes.
We also have a CEO round table.
Okay.
So come on board and network with the CEOs within our industry. Then thirdly, we have very intriguing panel discussions, very nice sessions. So we'll be cutting across different issues like insurance, infrastructure, professionalism, and many more that we'll be able to tackle. So I hope to see you there.
Looking forward to be there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So much. And this is a My Stock podcast. See you next time.